Everyone, my name is Cynthia Medrano, and I am the IB counselor at Granada. I will be presenting to you the IB information. First, let's begin by meeting the team. We have Mr. Lewis, who is our IB coordinator, Ms. Quintana, who will work closely with students as they plan and develop their community service project. I am the academic counselor, and we have Ms. Jimenez, who is our college counselor. At Granada, there are 4 different types of classes that students can take. We have our college preparatory courses, which are known as our CP courses, and no additional weight is added onto the GPA. We also have our honors courses where half a point is added to the GPA. We have AP courses. AP courses are 1-year-long classes, and they have an additional GPA point. For IB courses, it ranges between courses that are 1 year long to 2 years long. They are primarily 2 years long, and the GPA point also ranges where some courses in the IB program are 1 point more, or others are added half a point. Students in the IB program have the option to take all 4 levels of classes. The main difference between AP courses and IB courses is that an AP course really covers a wide range of the material in that 1 year. And then the IB courses, the difference is that they are typically 2 years long, meaning that you really go much more in depth with the material and you test for it at the end of year 2. Now, what is IB? When a student enters the IB program, they are essentially in what we call the middle years program. We follow this cohort model where students in the 9th and 10th grade are really supported with taking those foundational skills to be successful in the IB diploma phase of the project, which takes place in 11th and 12th grade. Our students have a dedicated group of staff that work closely with the IB program, which really is such an advantage as you're a part of this close-knit community at Granada by being a part of the IB program. In the 9th and 10th grade, we really work on these foundational skills because we want all of our students to have this deep academic focus and personal development as they grow into the IB diploma, but also into the learners and academic curiosity seekers that they are. When a student chooses to then advance in the 11th and 12th grade part of the IB program, a couple things change. In the 11th grade, a student will now begin the 7-period schedule, where there are 6 core classes, and you are now introduced to this new course called Theory of Knowledge. Students do work on many different essays and different assessments, and as you're a part of the program, you'll get used to these different acronyms. So for instance, a student will work on this research project called the extended essay. You do get support with it. There's writing workshops. Our IB coordinator, our teachers are great, are really supporting you through this as you develop that. And we have internal assessments, which is just a fancy way of saying that you will have exams taking place in class. And then at the end of senior year, as you're working towards the IB diploma, you do have an EA, which is an external assessment. In the 11th grade is when you are really working on fully developing that community service project before you execute that piece senior year. In addition to working extensively with this dedicated staff, from the IB trained teachers to your counselor, our IB coordinator, we also have a wide range of resources on campus for our Granada students. For instance, we have online tutoring that's available 24/7 from home, from anywhere. We also have our tutoring that takes place in the library, known as our AHA, after hours activities, and that takes place Monday through Thursday. And then in addition, we have peer-led tutoring, and students can take all 3 resources as support, or you choose the one that is the best fit for you. Through AMP, we have our writing center, our math center, and there's a lot of just one-on-one help. So now let's take a look at a sample schedule for 9th grade. All students are placed in their courses based on what your final grades are in your particular 8th grade classes. So for instance, for math, all students are going to be placed based on what your 8th grade math class currently is and what that final grade is. And all students will take English. All of our IB students begin with science in the 9th grade as well, but in particular biology, and there's much more flexibility as to which science course you can take starting in the 10th grade. For world languages, we have Spanish, Mandarin, Arabic, French, and Korean. Yes, Granada does offer additional world languages. However, being a part of the IB program, there is a requirement in terms of which world languages we can provide the testing in. And so to meet the requirements to become an IB diploma candidate and then to test in it, there are specifics that need to take place in terms of your academic courses. Therefore, in the 9th grade, choose carefully which world language you plan to study for the next 4 years. All 9th grade students will be in PE. If you are in a sport in 10th grade, or if starting in 9th grade you are in marching band, please do let me know. There are a couple things that are different in terms of your scheduling, your class schedule, if you are in marching band over regular PE. And then in 10th grade, the flexibility is that if you are in a sport, your schedule can look different. And by sport, I mean a sport at school. And then for your elective in the 9th grade, it will be human geography. The reason for this is because human geography will give you the credits for world history. And so we start you off with world history with this elective that covers world history in the 9th grade. And then in 10th grade, you will take AP government. So now let's take a look at what your time in the IB program could potentially look like over the course of the 4 years. As you can see, in the 9th grade and 10th grade, it's pretty standard with the exception of history, because in the 10th grade, you would be enrolled in an AP course, and the AP course is AP government. And then 11th and 12th grade is where you really get to see the 7-period course schedule that I mentioned earlier, where now you are going in depth with the materials with English 1, the IB English 1 in 11th, and then English 2 in 12th grade. Same for math, same for your world language that you have decided to take starting in the 9th grade. And it goes on. And so there's flexibility with science. You started off with biology in 9th grade, then you went to physical science in 10th grade, and now you get to choose which science do you want to embark in for the next 2 years of high school for 11th and 12th. And then we continue on with history, and there is an IB elective requirement as well. I won't get into too many details about that now, but this is an idea as to what the course sequence would look like and where there's flexibility in terms of which IB elective to take. And also that the science, there's variety with that. So a big difference with our program in comparison to the other programs is that you are committing to taking 4 years of your core subjects of English, of math, world language, science, social science. And the reason for this is that, yes, it is challenging, our program, but we want to prepare you for the IB diploma to really be able to earn that diploma, but also to prepare you for your post-secondary options that are to come after high school. And so as you're working towards the diploma, this is in addition to your high school diploma. It's not in place of. There are students that use the IB diploma because they want to apply to international schools. That doesn't have to be the case for you. We have plenty of students that are applying to a university in California, such as the UC system, the private schools, Cal States, but also to schools in other states in the United States. As you look at the schedule, you'll see that there can be flexibility with electives. So if you are involved on campus and you're big on your extracurricular activities, we want to support that. Please just communicate that so that we can make sure that your schedule reflects that. For instance, maybe you're in an extracurricular on campus, such as robotics or one of our academic teams, and that needs to take place in your class schedule. Therefore, we need to work that out. So the communication will be key. But I am looking forward to meeting you all. I hope you will choose to move forward with joining the IB program. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And again, there's flexibility available where needed. And I look forward to working with you all.